Welcome to Atascadero, California, located here on the Central Coast. And I'm going to give you my perspective as a local real estate agent and native here to the Central Coast on the pros and the cons of Atascadero. There are a lot of pros, but there are some cons, and I want to make sure that you're aware of those before you move to this city. So come on, let's get started. This is Atascadero, California.
I'm Joshua Ferris, Central Coast native and real estate broker. I've been helping clients buy, sell, and invest here on the Central Coast for over 14 years, and I look forward to helping you. Buying, selling, or investing here on the Central Coast? Reach out.
So we're located here in the Sunken Gardens, and this really is the heart of downtown. In just a moment, we're going to give you a walkthrough of the new building and the new development in downtown Atascadero. But to get started with some history, this is a very famous landmark in Atascadero, the Town Hall. And this is where a lot of the activities happen. And one of the pros, we'll say the first pro for Atascadero, those activities, community events, and festivals. So right now, this is quiet and peaceful, perfect to take your dog, your kids, or just by yourself and have a coffee. But in certain times of the year, you have some amazing festivals. The Tamale Festival, you have the Car Festival, you have some other festivals here in the Sunken Gardens, which really make this area have a great community feel. You've got a lot of activities, family-friendly events. You've got lots of options to choose from. So I'd say that's the first pro here for Atascadero. Great community feel, friendly people, and lots of festivals and activities. So a second pro for this town is the development that's happening in the downtown. So I've lived here on the Central Coast for many years, and the downtown Atascadero, I'll admit, was kind of run down in years past. But just recently, we've got a lot of development here happening on El Camino. You've got some excellent restaurants, you've got some great businesses, you've got some classics like the Carlton. Street Side is a great restaurant that many people enjoy, and you also have some great lunch shops as well, in addition to retail. So for the downtown experience, easy, walkable here in Atascadero, definitely a pro, and one of the better downtowns here for the Central Coast, and really moving in a positive direction. Lots of parking. So I would say if you're thinking about moving here to Atascadero and you want to have a downtown that has things going on, then this is going to be a great one for you. So another pro of Atascadero when compared to other cities here on the Central Coast is the access to outdoor activities and recreation. For example, we're right now here at the Lake Park. So if you want to do fishing, or you can rent a kayak, a boat, then you can enjoy a nice Saturday afternoon doing that. We're also right next to the Central Coast Zoo, formerly known the Charles Paddock Zoo. So if you want to go check that out, you can. There's also a lot of access to outdoor hiking trails that are shaded by the oak trees. So it really makes for a great experience, whether you like hiking in the morning or the later afternoon. Atascadero has it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the location overall relative to other cities here on the Central Coast. If you're not familiar, if you're watching this video and you're looking to relocate, this will be a good one for you. But if you already live here, you know where it is. But location here for Atascadero, I think, is one of the best, and let me explain why. So if you live here in Atascadero and you want to go to Morro Bay to experience the Morro Bay experience, maybe on a weekend or just a weekday, you're only about 15 minutes away. Direct access through Morro Road, and it really makes accessibility to Morro Bay and Cayucas really easy. You're also only a few minutes away from Paso, Robles, so if you want to have a little bit different downtown experience, go to some restaurants in Paso Robles, go wine tasting, then you're only about 7 to 10 minutes away from downtown Paso Robles. And if you want to head on down to San Luis Obispo, you're only about 15 minutes away from San Luis Obispo, a straight drive down the freeway. So as far as location and access to the other cities and the other adventures and activities here on the Central Coast, I would say that Atascadero is probably a good 9 out of 10. You get to have the experience and the affordability of Atascadero, larger lots, and you also have that access to the other cities and experiences, and relatively to the other cities here, one of the most affordable cities to live in. So because I'm a real estate agent, let's talk about real estate. So one of the reasons why you might want to move here to Atascadero is the relative price. So the affordability here in Atascadero is really good when you compare it to some of the other cities. So right now, when I'm recording this video, the median sales price for Atascadero is under $800,000. And for the county, that is great. You're also going to be able to get larger homes on larger parcel sizes with more of that country feel. And if that's what you're looking for, then Atascadero could be great for you. You're also going to be able to find some newer developments here, like let's say Dove Creek, that are planned out and well manicured, so you don't have to do a lot of work on your property if that's what you want. West side Atascadero and the east side Atascadero are a little bit different as far as microclimates, and so that's something to talk about real quick here. So the climate here in Atascadero is going to be a little bit cooler, more temperate versus Paso, Robles, and San Miguel. It's going to be a little bit warmer versus Morro Bay and Arroyo Grande, Pismo Beach. So if you really don't like the heat during the summertime, Atascadero might not be the best for you. But if you don't mind it and you enjoy warmer summers and warmer fall time, then this could be a great city for you. So there's a lot of pros for Atascadero. Let's talk about some of the cons. One, the job market overall here in Atascadero is not going to be as robust as, say, San Luis Obispo. So a lot of people who live here commute to San Luis Obispo or Paso Robles for their job. There are some employment opportunities here, like the state hospital, obviously the government, and some other agriculture type businesses. So there are opportunities, just not as many as you might see in a larger metro area. So that's one of the cons here for Atascadero as far as the job market is concerned. Let's talk about the oak trees here for a minute as well. So behind me, you've got a lot of oak trees, and if you like oak trees and you enjoy natural landscape here, some of the very famous oak trees that California is famous for, you've got a lot of them in Atascadero. So it really adds to the overall scenic feel of this city. So another negative for Atascadero is just that it's a small town, like I mentioned. You're not going to have access to as many amenities as you would have in larger metro cities, but that's just something to think about. If you are relocating here to the Central Coast, in a way, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that smaller town feel. But if you're used to nightlife, downtown, lots of options as far as restaurants, you're not going to get that in Atascadero like you would, like I said, in other metro areas. So just something to keep in mind here if you're thinking about moving to Atascadero. With that being said, in my personal opinion, having lived here and being a native to the Central Coast, I gotta say, I think the pros outweigh the cons. And as San Luis is becoming more and more expensive and the coastal cities are more expensive, the affordability and the options that you get for real estate here and the downtown as it's being developed, in addition to some of these recreation activities and these festivals that Atascadero is known for, I definitely think the pros outweigh the cons. But I'd be curious to get your thoughts. Are you thinking about relocating here to Atascadero? Do you already live here in Atascadero? Do you live on the Central Coast and you're looking to move to Atascadero? Maybe you're just thinking about Central Coast as a whole and whether or not it fits your lifestyle and your budget. If so, leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for joining me on this one. And if you're interested in real estate and you want to talk about your options with your budget in mind, feel free to reach out. Be happy to walk you through our process for helping our buyers and sellers achieve their goals. All right, well, until next time, take care.